Every animal on Earth fits its world. The fish has gills. The bird has hollow bones. The polar bear wears a coat built for the Arctic. Every creature slots perfectly into the planet that made it. Every creature except one, us. We burn just standing in our own sunlight. Our backs collapse under our own weight. We're born so helpless a newborn would die in a day without constant care, through a birth so violent it killed our mothers for most of human history. We are hands down one of the worst adapted animals on this entire planet. So here's a question that sounds insane, right up until you actually look at the evidence. What if we're so bad at living here because we were never built for here at all? What if we are the aliens? Start with the sun. A lizard will lie in direct sunlight for hours and love it. Dogs, horses, elephants, every animal out there spends its whole life under the same star and handles it just fine. Fur and scales perfectly tuned to its light. Not us. Give us a few hours outside and our skin blisters, burns, and over time that same sunlight can kill us. We are the only species on Earth that had to invent a chemical paste to smear on our bodies just to survive a sunny afternoon. Think about how strange that is. We invented sunscreen because our own sun is trying to kill us. Now look at your back. 4 out of 5 people will suffer serious back pain in their lives. When 80% of a species shares the exact same breakdown, the problem isn't the person, it's the blueprint. Then there's childbirth, the most dangerous birth of any mammal alive, our baby's skulls barely squeezing through, then helpless for years in a way no other animal on Earth ever is. And your immune system, the thing built to protect you, instead declaring war on pollen, peanuts, and dust, attacking the very air you breathe. Point by point, it starts to feel like a body calibrated for somewhere else entirely. But the strangest part isn't your body, it's in your head. Every other animal on Earth lives without ever knowing it will die. A dog doesn't lie awake dreading the end. A dolphin doesn't spiral into a midnight existential crisis. We do. We are the only creatures alive walking around with the full, crushing knowledge that one day we simply stop existing. And we couldn't just accept it. We built temples, religions, entire civilizations to wrestle with it. What kind of animal evolves to be haunted by its own existence? So, aliens, right? Case closed? Not so fast. Because here comes the twist, and honestly, it's more fascinating than the alien story. Science can explain almost all of it, and the explanations are incredible. Take your aching back. We only stood fully upright a few million years ago, and in evolution, that's the blink of an eye. Your spine is a brand new prototype that never got its final update. The sunburn, we didn't lose our fur by accident. Our ancestors shed it on purpose so they could sweat, stay cool, and run for hours under the blazing African sun until every other animal on the savannah collapsed from exhaustion. We traded a fur coat for the power to outlast literally anything alive. The sunburn is just the receipt. And childbirth? Our brains ballooned in size faster than our hips could widen to let them out. Scientists call it the obstetric dilemma, the brutal trade we made to become the smartest thing on the planet. So look closely, and our flaws aren't proof we don't belong. They're the scars of becoming dominant, and yet the alien idea refuses to die quietly because real scientists have flirted with it too. In 1973, Francis Crick, the Nobel-winning genius who helped crack the structure of DNA itself, published a serious paper arguing that life on Earth may not have started here. He called it directed panspermia, the idea that life was deliberately seeded from somewhere else in the galaxy. The man who decoded the code of life looked at the timeline and basically said, this doesn't add up, and the timeline is genuinely strange. Earth formed, and life appeared almost immediately after, while the planet was still a half-molten, asteroid-battered hellscape. Life showed up the very second it possibly could. Then, in 1969, a meteorite slammed into Australia, and inside it, scientists found over 90 amino acids, the literal building blocks of life riding through space on a rock. We even know life can survive the journey. Tardigrades, microscopic creatures tough enough to live in the vacuum of space, were aboard a spacecraft that crashed into the moon in 2019, and some of them may still be up there right now, alive, waiting. Life can travel between worlds. That part is not science fiction. But here is the one thing that nobody can fully explain. In 4 billion years of life on this planet, nothing has ever done what we did. Dolphins have been here for 50 million years, brilliant, social, endlessly chatty, and in all that time, they have never built a single tool. Chimps figured out poking sticks 4 million years ago and haven't upgraded one since. And then there's us. In a geological blink, we went from sharpened rocks to splitting the atom. From cave paintings to artificial intelligence, from banging two flints together to landing robots on Mars. 200 years ago, no railroads. 100 years ago, no airplanes. 75 years ago, we had never touched space. Nothing in the entire history of life on Earth has ever accelerated like us. Nothing even comes close. And science still argues over why. Was it language, cooking, a single mutated gene? Our strange gift for teaching? Stacking knowledge across the generations so each one starts where the last left off? Every answer explains a piece. Not one of them explains the sheer, impossible speed of it. So are we aliens? Almost certainly not. The evidence says we are Earth's children, shaped by the same forces as everything else here. Our weirdness mostly the price of becoming powerful far too fast for our own bodies to keep up, but almost certainly isn't definitely. And when one of the founding fathers of modern genetics looks at the story of life and admits something doesn't quite add up, that isn't crazy talk. That's just honesty. And here's the part that gives me chills. If we really are from here, then we are the single strangest thing this planet has ever produced. An animal that burns in its own light, breaks under its own gravity, and absolutely cannot stop staring up at the stars, aching to know where it came from. And if we're not from here, then we've been lost for 200,000 years, quietly trying to find our way home, and we don't even remember leaving.